Hi, my name is Dan, and today I wanted to talk about meditation in the treatment of depression. Meditation is an old practice. The first written record was from 1500 BCE in regards to meditation. It historically has some religious connection, like in Buddhism or Taoism, but there's been a little bit of a change from meditating for spiritual growth to meditating for stress relief or self improvement. I like to frame meditation similarly to physical exercise. So, physical exercise is working on a specific area of the body through repetition over and over, and it gets better at performing that certain action over time. So, if you're comparing it to push ups, when you start doing push ups, you might start on your knees, not have the best form, only be able to do a few, and the next time you do it, you might be able to do a few more. And the next time, your form might start to get a little better. And the next time, you might lift off your knees, and you're getting better and better through repetition. And meditation can be similar to that. So, meditation is usually a mental form of repetition, focusing on the same thing over and over. This is often breaths, so you're focusing on your inhalation, what that air feels like coming into your body, feeling your chest cavity expand and get bigger, and then exhaling. And you're trying to get rid of all the other things that your mind wants to go to. So thinking about what you did wrong at work the other day in the past, or thinking about what you still need to do in the future. You're training your mind to think about what's going on in the present right now, how you feel right now. And it doesn't have to be through breathing. There's other ways to meditate. Some practices do a phrase, you repeat a phrase over and over, and as your mind starts to drift, you bring it back to the phrase. Other types, you focus on your body, your feelings in your body. So you might have a tight neck and tense shoulders, and you'll focus on that and try to relax it, and your mind will drift to other things, and you'll bring it back. Your brain gets good at what it practices, just like anything else. So if your brain is practicing anger or frustration or anxiety time and time again, that's what your brain will get good at, and your brain will shoot to that emotion right away. So therapy helps you to give yourself a little bit of time before you make that jump into what the brain is normally going into. So if you're practicing relaxation over and over and over, and if you're practicing focus over and over and over, and if you're practicing how your body feels over and over and over, when something does happen in your life and you're stressed at work, you might be able to go back to what the brain practiced through all those sessions of meditation. So that could be the potential benefit for meditation and depression. I've always been a numbers guy, though. I want to see what the numbers and what the evidence says for meditation in the treatment of depression. A first trial that I looked at was in India, a smaller trial that took patients with anxiety and depression and added a meditation practice to their treatment. Half the patients received the treatment and half the patients did not receive any additional treatment. And the meditation sessions consisted of an hour daily for 4 weeks and then weekly meditation after that. At the end of the trial, the Beck Depression Inventory scales were compared with before treatment and after treatment. Before treatment, the average depression score was 32 in each group. And after treatment, the meditation group decreased all the way to an average score of 12 points. So in this trial, that's the difference between severe depression to minimal depression just by adding meditation practice into their treatment regimen. I then looked at a meta-analysis of over 2,000 young people, so aged 12 to 25, who added meditation practices into their mental health treatment, and it found a moderate effect size in the treatment of depression. So it can work in young patients as well, as what I took away from this meta-analysis. I then looked at an interesting study out of Australia, and this was a study on anxiety, depression, and work stress in young workers in Australia. And the interesting part of this study is that they compared no treatment to training patients how to meditate to an active control of relaxation. So they asked the patients to sit and relax for 20 minutes twice a day compared to actively meditating for 20 minutes twice a day. And they found the improvements in just the meditation group. So the sitting and relaxing without the formal thought that this is going to be a meditation session and training to meditate didn't provide the same benefit that meditation does. I first became interested in meditation when I was living in Kansas City, and I was looking online, and a lot of the classes had price tags to them that I wasn't sure I was willing to pay because I didn't know if it would work for me. I didn't know if I would enjoy doing it. But as I continued to look, I eventually found a local Buddhist temple that was hosting a free meditation class series to teach people how to meditate. So I went to the class, and it was a good introductory class into meditation. So the first session focused on teaching you how to meditate. So focusing on your breathing is what we would do. And we would belly breathe rather than breathing into your chest and having your chest expand and contract. You would focus on getting it into your belly. We then progressed to different types of meditation, like focusing on a phrase, and we would chant a phrase over and over. And it was definitely helpful in calming down from my workday at the end of the day. So what I would do was, after work, these sessions were on either a Monday or Tuesday, I believe, I would go and sit there for an hour and focus on this, and my mind would be wrapped up in it. And by the time I would leave the classes, my mind would be so much more clear. So I did see that initial benefit. I found it a lot easier to meditate in the classes than I did when I was at home trying to do it on my own without someone watching me. So what I did then was I got an app. It's a free app called Insight Timer. And this app can be used just as a timer if you want to keep track of how long you're meditating each day, or there's guided sessions as well. So if I get off track a little bit and I'm not really feeling it as well, sometimes having a guided meditation makes me feel like I'm in the class again. And I definitely noticed some improvements, mainly with my focus and then with stress reduction. So as I continued to meditate, I noticed that I was a little less stressed. I had a little bit more time to process emotions, and I felt a little bit better. I didn't notice the benefits right away, and I definitely noticed it more on the longer sessions. A lot of the studies and trials that I've read have been up to 30 minutes or an hour. I haven't gotten that good at it yet. I usually shoot for 10 minutes a day, which is still kind of difficult to me, but I do my best in that regard. And based off the numbers, I can see some of the positives that meditation can have. So I hope this quick overview of some of the evidence and my personal experience with meditation was helpful. Thank you.